wasting no time.
Neo completely caught off guard there, didn't even bother checking for the drone, got shot in the back, so a bit odd how that happened there. MNM now finding themselves with a man down, slowly but steadily the attic is falling, the top floor is being taken into control, and as the rest of MNM is starting to fall back into the secondary positions, shields are being repositioned as well, and DP Fire will just take down users as well. That was playing in that tower, was the only Roman left on the side of MNM, and with that now it's a 5-on-3 fight directly on the site.
Iconic stacked up on the far end of Freezer, looking through the Aruni gates. They know there's going to be a player tucked in on that corner ready to swing, but it's not an easy fight for Nello, and it's even worse. Now he knows he's watched. He only has one option, which is to take a fight. Taking the hurdles and slipping his way all the way past. Iconic's down. Tyrant's got the ping there on the player. He's going to move into Pillar. The smoke to cover a bit of movement either side. Tyrant gets DP Fire, and Nello pops the shotgun, and suddenly they've got themselves a body balance. Can't quite get the SMG to make the full connection. Solotov suffers on the swing. It's Forest. It's Forest getting a double kill either side on Blue. Gonna see if they can stick the kit. Tyrant is all that's left. Cannot find Iconic. And ASTRALIS get the opening round.
Good first round by ASTRALIS, especially that first kill onto Neo. He took some...
Sad, ASTRALIS know when to bite, they know when to fight, and they know when to reevaluate. Try and find themselves a little bit more of a structure. MNM have that early lead through, and you can see this. The quick pace of aggression, the focus onto the hatches themselves. This one obviously opened. J9O is going to see if he can step in on the back line and try and just hold the rotation, keep the control over the bottom of tower stairs, and potentially push Pillar.
Of course, users falling in that back tower for the very first round. This time he gets that kill onto DP Fire, who's playing on the Lion, so E1D is off the board. And also a man advantage for MNM, considering Tyrant was able to be salvaged by the rest of his team. Grenades now starting to come in, though, missing the opportunity of the player onto the actual pillar. Solotov falls. Iconic gets taken out from the angle on top, and that means it is still a man advantage for MNM.
Users hits the hammer back to take the drop onto E-Box. They're trying to find the player around on the side of Pillar. Malusi gets caught out, but there's the catch over from Nello. A swing round, and Users finds his triple and leaves just Shuttle, knocking on the door of the shield. Gonna break that, push the position, but Nello takes it before it pops. MNM find the response, find their laundry hold, and now we'll head to a different throw themselves around it. The push comes onto Armory's side, and the stairs, there is nobody, but there sure is an Ash causing some problems.
Yeah, some explosives coming in from below there is going to be creating some of these verticalities that both the defenders and the attackers can use. Users will go down. It seems like ASTRALIS is trying to execute onto the side as they lose a member as well.
Ooh, Solotov and Neo find one apiece. You can see Shuttle went down massively, and Solotov gets the end of it. They were able to get a kill just before that onto Users, but they couldn't quite get the full lockdown. Nello finally finds his head back towards the site, and MNM, they get their second in a row.
Well done by
lineup. Shuttle is now the one with the quick zip all the way to the potential top. You've got the Candelas in the pocket of DP Fire. J9O is now the one on the Lion. They are juggling operators. They're juggling choices quite quick. Make some noise with an E1D. Let's see if Shuttle can make some noise in the face of those players. That gets opened up. The Candelas are going to be the swing through, but Solotov acts fast and gets the heck out of there. There's the movement. There's also the hop in onto the double window. They can't quite find anyone. Users gets one more. He's about to be locked out by... There it is! Everybody, not just a single player. They took the gambit, and the gamble said house win.
Indeed, he's like, all right, there is someone coming from green. There could be someone coming in from the lobby as well. Don't want to stick around, but a Shuttle finds Tyrant. It seems to be all falling apart really quickly here for MNM. The pace that ASTRALIS brings is their strong point. That's how they won the first round. It's how they now have a 2-minute advantage right here. They just need to be a little bit quicker. And I'm not saying rushes, but the hot droning seems to be working out so well for them there. And of course, Nello didn't quite realize that the door had been opened up. He wasn't ready for that gunfight, but it's a second entry to come in as well for the side of ASTRALIS. Now, of course, they do slow down a little bit. There's a minute 45 left on the clock. They need to try and do some preparative work right here before they're going to be able to hit the site directly. But swings are still coming in from the side of MNM. Users almost loses his life. Forrest has jumped into E-Box, but he's completely blind.
There it is. Iconic gets one. DP Fire gets another, and there's a flawless for a flawless. Thank you very much. A bit of a response thing, potentially, to entirely lock out the side of Attic if they want that as well. If it's muted, you can just try and pop some destruction from underneath. Instead, they're going to see if they can try and fish for players and drive up white.
Have to be careful here because the prox alarm just went off. There is going to be a Vulcan canister on the top of it. Neo gets 2 grenades, one from below, one vertically, and Shuttle will shut down another player as well. J9O will get that final kill, and ASTRALIS are able to lock it up with a 3-3. And suddenly where it looked like MNM was starting to build second place, potentially, it could be to make or break whether or not you continue your major story or not.
Users playing the Nook roll to see if they can sneak themselves in the fight onto Shuttle, who has J90 as that swing support onto the side of Dining Door. There is a ping, and there's a J90 gone. Shuttle's just going to get out of there before he's entirely locked out. That window's open. There's a bit of a spray through, but the player hasn't quite gotten the position. Oh, there they are. Just got there at the end. Nello didn't quite get the full lock in, and they've been able to take some control and a single player out of it far away. Solotov's trying to make an appearance on the Armory Stairs side as well, putting the pressure onto the side of Attic, hoping they can just catch the width of Iconic. He's not going to overextend for now as Users is actually to suffer next. Top of the white stairs, the pings come out for the player. Users is going to go grenade fishing underneath, but there's a swing round. Two players, they took the drop on the hatch. They took the drop on the player as well. Shuttle retakes, looks for the fight here onto the final player. They've got another stack up back on the door. Oh, that's an Astralis retake.
A triple kill to come in there from the side of Astralis. Now Forrest will find Shuttle as well. It's only up to Neo all alone. Needs to find 3 kills. 3 more at least. As he has one already on the board. He's going to be able to do it. It looks unlikely, but there's a lot of time. DP Fire comes around the corner. Just
put the pressure onto the site. There's still a lot of work left to be done.
There's only 3 players left to do so as well. You lack a bit of that verticality now, considering you lost your buck. We're on that top floor. Normally Sledge can also do it, but not all the way up to the roof. So Neo only having that grenade to play with here to potentially isolate a single player out of Astralis and try and knock him out. But they're playing on this hard ground, on this concrete. It's going to be very difficult to get a grenade in from below.
Nalo with those Candelas wants to try and apply some pressure here. The buzz of the Banshee isn't going to entirely stop them, but they're going to see if they can try and play some grenades underneath that opener. Shuttle doesn't quite take the full knock. The explosion wasn't quite the full catch. Neo and Nello rolling out some pressure at the top of white at the back of the bunks. They're going to see if they can just pop the kit down in and amongst the blind on the far side. The cover comes through. Nello stopped up just to get that last little bit onto Shuttle. He made sure he stopped, but there's Nello now down. Forrest is the one that instead gets that swing round a little bit too wide. 30 seconds. The players are in a tricky spot. Users gets caught out. The only one standing isn't for very... But nobody's there to punish it. That's another moment where Astralis, if it was on the turn of the half, there was usually always a gunner backing up that hot drone movement.
You need to have someone behind that drone, or at least in a position if you want to open up. Tyrant will still find a beautiful hatchet onto Forrest, though. As before he tries to go for the chase, he will find the kill as well. Brings it back to equal. Shuttle was already downstairs to reply as well.
That's it. Iconic's in a bit of a scrap at the top around the side of Attic. Shuttle's pushing and pushing and pushing, and he's hoping he's gone unchecked here. Nello with the kit, if he gets caught out, could be devastating. He's got to make sure he gets the feed on this right player, but Shuttle, he's rotated, moved off towards the dining side. Iconic suffers a little bit more here as Solotov's got the drive through across the top line, and oh, Iconic just slips away behind the side of the heart. He's not going too far out, but he's making sure that he's still a problem and a presence and a pressure to be known. A minute 13. This C4 is looking for that Charisma. It's gone a couple steps further away. Neo starts the smash and grab down towards the kitchen side. Can't quite get the connection on the player who's drifted their way in towards meeting.
And with that C4 used, they only have 2 smoke canisters left. That's a good ping, by the way. To know where someone is used, you could just go for a wallbang attempt right here. Instead, waits for him to leave, and DP Fire is allowed to live as well. That is a massive mistake coming out from MNM here, and you just see this kind of things. You have the information, it's just not being acted upon time and time again.
There it is. Users does find Iconic in the meantime. There's a fight up white stairs. Nello gets one more. 30 seconds. That just leaves J90 and Shuttle to see if they can try and clutch this out. The grenade gets dropped. Doesn't quite get the rock onto Shuttle. They're able to slip away, but the bullets sure almost do. Another near miss. 20 seconds. Users finds a second. They've just got to get that kit down. Users has one more there. May have missed the slip on the classroom, but learned a lesson, thankfully. Stucking up there on the top, waiting patiently for that. A free kill onto Solotov, and that siren starts to blare. Wee woo, wee woo. Oh no, somebody's on the top floor far away. At this point, you try and focus the pressure, the time, and the energy to try and get that man out, or you see if you can instead trust that you can take the pressure onto the site itself. You know it's a 3 versus 3. You also know it's a 3 versus 1. You also know you only have a minute.
kind of just have to put a flying drone in place with the amount of time that's left. Leave him be, try and hit the side, and then struggle, or at least fight with him as soon as he comes in from the back, as soon as he does start to move towards you. But it seems like MNM want to go for a bit of an E-box push here. It might be risky, it could work out. The Candelas are being tossed in, the execute is upon us.
There it is, rolled all the way through, not quite a catch there. A C4 pops. There's the player inside Freezer to your right behind Nello. Doesn't quite get the sight on them, but they're going to see if they can stick the plant. J9O gets a freebie, gets returned by Nello. Iconic is making his movement here, but with Tyrant the only one left, waiting for just that. He's not even going to throw himself entirely all the way into the site. Doesn't have to. The kit is cold. 20 seconds. There's a leg. There's a Ninja Tyrant. There's a fight either side. The 3 apiece. And, well, it doesn't get there. ASTRALIS. They've guaranteed themselves a point. Can they make it?
There's an opportunity, of course. Grenade starting to come through. J9O rotating past the grenade, just not tossed in time. He goes aggressive, loses a bit of HP, and gets wallbanged right afterwards. Tyrant takes his head clean off. It's a good start for MNM in a round that they need to win if they want to be pushing it to OT and pick up points themselves.
Tyrant has started to be a little bit sharper on these recent couple of rounds, taking some bodies and utilizing grenades well, which hasn't always been a big thing. Do they know a player's on the door? Oh, they just see him, Neo! Either side, there's the fight, and there goes one. Iconic has the cover from the top window. There isn't quite another response there from the side of MNM, but Forrest is gone. Maybe he expected his life to be forfeit sooner rather than later and just sort of played them onto the hand. Iconic is looking for the slip by onto Zulu, but they are already gone. DP Fire is looking for the same thing. 2 boats crouching. Only one of them can win, and Usus is the one that passes in the night. Finds it. Solotov gets one more. There's a fight on the top of White Stairs. Iconic pulls back. There's the cooldown onto Pit. And there's the take onto the Pit player. The C4 is just able to get one more. Usus, here's this Iconic doing Iconic things. Sees the barrel, can't connect. MNM, they pull one back. They still need to get one more, though, to get to OT. See if they can hold off the spot. Usus is setting up a flank drone, so it seems like they don't even want to put the pressure onto that side. Instead, get underneath.
I mean, there's no need to put the pressure down there, right? Because if they manage to take the site from wide, if they do manage to take it from the big window, Iconic needs to come back from the attic to try and head towards the site. Now, he has closed off attic, so they want to make sure that no attacker that might be left there is going to be able to do anything with it. And they are starting to hit it from the normal directions. They want to go up wide, they want to go in from the bedroom here, and you see these attackers slowly starting to take that position, but there's still a shield, there's still a mirror window, and those will be problematic.
That's it. Trophy becomes a real tricky spot to just try and drive through. Tyrants with a grenade underneath does a little bit, but not enough. To Iconic, he's able to keep himself steady going. About a minute's passed since our last engagement, since our last kill, and MNM have been able to slowly creep towards the chance of it to close down, but the stop out on the top of White Stairs means things might get a little bit trickier. Stacked on the double window, this is going to be a 3-2-1 go moment. You got to make sure you have an awareness on the site. There's the pop, the grenades, the damage, and they're in. Round on the backside, going to see if they can get the plant down. The smoke gets caught out. They've gone for the rotate round on the backside. There's Tyrant getting shuttle on the swing. The C4 doesn't quite make the full connection. It's a post plant. Iconic and J9O retaking the side. Tyrant goes down. Solotov with the swing is able to get the lockout. It's just down to Iconic. Locked and loaded, looking towards the back of the door. Gets the first. They have themselves control of the attic, but they don't have control of the round. We are going to OT.
We're going up towards at least 14 rounds.
Fair enough. A minute 20 left. You're in a 5 versus 3. You want to make sure that you have the positions to trade the pressure. Ooh, is on MNM. A heck of a take from Solotov round into the back line. They've got one. Just another 4 to go.
Just another 4 to go. Some utility being taken out by the Twitch drones here. You see some of the Vulcan canisters to be removed, a proximity alarm as well, and it will eye up a possibility to go for an actual take through the laundry. Smoke canisters are being tossed in, but won't be able to smoke off at least every single thing they wanted to. Shuttle going quite aggressive, but Nello already all the way through on the freezer side.
Clever bit of movement there from Nello. Went behind it there on the default plant, and Neo finds a grenade onto one. Do they know how close the swing is of that player just tucked around where Shuttle is? Could be massive. A bit of a dead heat and dead bit of movement here. They have some of the control, but remember, Nello's the one with the kit. He does not have a smooth route back. That's the risk of him getting into such an aggressive position. They know Freezer Door is ready to be watched, and they don't have pillar control, so they can't make the movement. It's not like Neo can stick it. The pressure is still on MNM here. They've got to move past the dead heat, and Solotov's got his slip through. There's the kit cold. They've now got to go for the 2 versus 2, push right round onto the fire itself. The firefight is coming out. DP Fire round on the back of blue. There's Shutter with the shotgun for 1. There's the second! ASTRALIS once again sitting on game point.
They bring it back towards another match point for themselves, but